Here we are again. It's a new week. It's the first 2 weeks of the next block. So this block's a little bit different. The rep ranges are getting a little bit lower. The movements are a little bit different, but we're still doing that RPE, usually 6, 7, 8. And on the first week, it's just the 6, 7, 8. And then the next week, I usually have 4 sets. And then there's 5 sets and 6 sets and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing right now. So on this particular day, we got squirts. This is 195 for 8. This is a really good day. I felt really confident with my squats, and I was really pleased with how they went. And this is a lot of weight. I was really excited about the next squat session because that meant we're getting into the 200s now. And that's something I really wanted to see. For my 8s, my best set of 8 was 225. So I was like, man, if I could get back there, that would be pretty awesome. And I did this and it felt good, and I felt confident it was going to happen. So this next day is deadlifts. The deadlifts. I don't remember what I did this day. I don't remember what I was doing. But deadlifts are now at 4s. Yes, this is the day where deadlifts were poupée. So I usually do not deadlift in the mornings. I let deadlift later in the day once I've moved around quite a bit. I have a lot of food, have a lot of liquid in me, and so it's not usually a problem. I do not do well deadlifting in the morning. Squatting is okay in the morning, benching is fine in the morning, deadlifting, not so much. So you'll see in the video I'm really struggling. I take some breaks in between reps. I'm like trying to convince myself that we can do this. I believe this is 260, but the week before I did 275 for 5, and doing 260 for 4 was like incredibly difficult. So I went up to 275 thinking, I said in my head, I gotta get out of my head. It's gonna be fine. But it didn't go the way I wanted. So I got 2. I tried again. It just was not happening. And then I tried one more time. It looks like maybe, did I try one more time? I did. So I tried one more time, and it was like the hardest pull of my life. And I think that's where I called it. I was like, should I keep pushing? I don't know. I'm tired. This sucks. And then I was like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, no bueno. So that's how deadlifts went. And then it was all kind of downhill from there. That was the start of badness. You can see here, this is squats again. So the 2 days or 3, so that was deadlifts. And then that was a Wednesday, I believe. And the next day or that day later on, we left for David's competition. And while we were out of town, I didn't get a chance to lift at all. So here we are. This is Monday. I haven't lifted since Wednesday. We were out of town. My food's off. I've been in a car. I don't feel good. There's a bunch of dust. My allergies were all over the place. And so this is my squat day, the day I was super excited about, and things that does not end up going the way I wanted to at all. So it was another bad training day. This is 170, and I am struggling to make this happen. It was 170 for 8, was supposed to be 170 for 8 at 7, and it did not feel like a 7. And again, I was being stubborn. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going up. Where's that 185? I think it was 185. Anyway, it might have been 190. Neither here nor there. I'm going to 205. I think is what we get on the board. Anyway, I went up. It wasn't a 7. I shouldn't have done it, but I was being stubborn. I was really, 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 really excited about making this happen. So I was determined to do it, even though it didn't feel good, even though I hadn't trained in several days and was just feeling a little funky. And I wanted to make this happen. So let's see, 185, 195, 205. Yes, it's 205. I only get this for 3, and you'll see the reps are really bad. And I end up, afterwards, I have a moment. I cry, and I kind of give up on that day. I mean, I think sometimes you do need to listen to your body and take a break, especially because I was sick, but I still think I should have just unloaded the bar quite a bit, dropped the weight significantly, and just finished my reps. So I'm not happy that I gave up on my workout, but you know what happens? We're all human. It's life, and I just got to move on from it. And I do, and things get better, and you know, I live to squat another day, thankfully. Sometimes it's about mental toughness over physical strength, and you gotta make sure that you stay mentally tough even on those days when it's really hard. And I do a really good job of it most of the time, but even I am human. And my human emotions got the best of me that day. You see David trying to be supportive. He's so good to me. Such a good husband. So here's David's meet. I've talked about it a few times, showed some footage of his training. I just wanted to give everyone an update on how it went. He, started off a little bit rough. His peak did not go the way he wanted. He peaked too early, so things did not go the way he wanted. But besides squats, which he only got his opener, unfortunately, I think it was 484. He got 3 for 3 on the next 2 lifts. He ended with a 375 bench. And a 606 deadlift, I believe. And he did really good. He won his weight class. I think he was the only one in it, and so he's like, oh, it doesn't really count, but it counts. That's happened to me before, and I have that trophy? No, what is it? Medal, hanging up in the house, because you know what? I did it. And sometimes just showing up is the most important thing. So David had a really good day besides squats, and he matched a lot of his best lifts. I know he really wanted more, but I'm still super, super proud of him. And this last pull was really good. I think he might have had a little bit more in him. As you can see, it moved super duper fast. That wasn't his last pull. That's second to last pull. This is the last pull. I think even after this one, I still think he had a little bit more in him. From this, just having watched him pull several times, he can really, really grind things out. But yeah, proud of him. Here we are back at deadlifts again. I was ready for redemption. I had I'm going to go in there and murder this. After the last week's terrible sessions, I knew I needed to redeem myself. And I did. I got 275 for 4. I had 5 sets of deadlifts this day. I got through all 5. And it felt really, really good to have an excellent training day after some rough days. It's a good reminder that one bad workout, or even a few bad workouts, isn't the end of the world, and it doesn't mean that you've lost strength. There's a lot of factors that can go into a bad training day, or even a good training day. But that's why it's important to be consistent and to not sweat those bad training days too often. If it's a continuing thing, if it's a weeks on weeks, then yeah, you might want to think about switching things up. But I knew, is this a temporary thing? And it was because I wasn't feeling good, and come back and things are fine, and they have been fine since then. And I'm still really excited about the program. You can see I did my back downs here, but that's pretty much it for this week. Next week, I'm going to go over the program a little bit more in detail and show the website. Until then, bye!